I've mentioned before how this game, despite, not having the best, technical look to it, some of the resolutions are a little bit weird, but it still is a very beautiful game. Hey everyone, welcome back to more Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we finished up our evening of our free day, and this time, well, we're going to proceed to whatever it is that Sarah has planned for us, so just enter the dorm. It's getting dark, so if I go to my room now, I'll be in for the night. Turn to the dorm during the evening on a free day, causes the day's activities to end. Any bonding events which have not been triggered will no longer be viewable. So basically, either view Elisa or Toa's bonding event, try to get that hidden quest that we did last time. That's really about all you need to know.
Not bad, but I don't think I can manage much more than this. I guess I should just be grateful I was able to pass the beginner examination at all. Better do some studying. It sounds like this is going to be a busy week, what with that ominous practical exam looming over us. I do have that radio from George here. We had that Orbital radio back home, too. Never knew they made them this small, though. Let's see. Which station is Radio Trista? Ah, there we go.
It's 9 p.m. and you're listening to Radio Trista. Welcome, welcome. Don't touch that dial, listeners. You found the right place to be tonight. It's time for the start of a brand new program here on Radio Trista, coming at you promptly every Sunday. I call it Abend time after the word for evening. Might be a little cliched, but sometimes simple is best, right? Clichés are clichés for a reason, after all. Anyway, my name is Misty, and I'll be your host. Hopefully I'll get to feature some famous guests at some point, so be sure you tune in every week or you might miss them.
You know, she's got a pretty nice voice. This might be good to leave on in the background while I'm working.
I hope life has been treating all of you well this month as we slowly near the end of April. Here in Trista, the beautiful lino flowers have passed their peak and begun to wilt. But wilting flowers are beautiful in their own way, as they serve to remind us just how fleeting this existence truly is. I'm sure many of our listeners are students, busy with the challenges of adjusting to their new lives. But what harm is there in taking a moment to admire nature every now and again? It's good for what ails you, I say.
Okay, let's get your practical exam started, shall we? To be completely clear from the outset, this exam is about more than just testing your physical strength and stamina. It's designed to hone in on how capable you are of making strategic combat decisions on the fly. Defeating your opponent quickly is a good thing, certainly, but it won't be enough to score you high marks here.
Huh. Interesting.
So we're going to have to use our heads for this one, huh?
You'll see. Anyway, let's get this month's exam started, shall we? Reen, Elliot, Gaius, you're up first. Please step forward.
Right.
Uh-oh.
Got it.
So, before any time that we have a practical exam, we get a little bit of a view of the camp menu. So if we want to, we can, you know, we can switch around what we all have. Should give Elliot some things. Give him Needle Shoot. Firebolt, just really bolster up what he can use. Might as well have Soul Blur on Reen. Giving Elliot Tier as long as he has Cannon doesn't really help because he gets Cannon by default. We could give him Scepter. That's not a bad... Okay, well, he is mainly our healer, so we wouldn't really want to do that. You know, I'm actually going to... I'm going to put Scepter on to Reen, I think. No, we'll put Scepter on to Gaius. I'm not the biggest fan of Falco. Insight is a very good status, but it only lasting 2 turns. Unless you're in a boss battle, a lot of the times those 2 turns will be up before the enemy will get to attack. So, again, Falco is very good, but I don't know, I'm not the biggest... every Master Quartz is good. I'm just not the biggest fan of Falco. So we'll give Scepter over to Gaius, and I think we'll give Seal to Reen, because Seal is just such a good status. And I think that'll be good.
Alright then, here we go.
What's that?
A monster?
No, I'm not sensing any life coming from it at all.
That's right. Think of it like a scarecrow. Only it's a moving scarecrow, I guess. Either way, it's not alive. I've set its parameters fairly high though, so it is formidable. But if you give it your all, I'm confident you can beat it. Probably. Make good use of your Arcus's combat link abilities, for example, and I bet it'll be a piece of cake. Hint, hint.
So that's what you're playing at.
All right, begin.
And so we get into
give us
our
your
first
blessing.
practical exam. Practical exams work a little bit differently. We will get a condition. This condition is not a requirement, but it will give you extra AP. We'll start off with a resounding
Keep it
beat,
up, everyone!
Here we go.
and followed by a
Let's do
motivate.
this. Right.
Get some good buffs in right away. And I probably should have actually
Leave it to me.
done the analyze, whatever. This is the Combat Shell Alpha. He's pretty generic. However,
We're open.
he is pretty decently weak to a
Here we go.
few of our
Arcus.
My turn!
unbalances. Actually, a lot of the unbalances. Quick attack with Elliot, just to get a little bit of chip damage. We can see that it does drop some U material. We will get into U material in a little bit. We could have got, well, I can just get into it right now. U material allows you to upgrade things, whether that be weapons. It's mostly weapons that you'll be upgrading with U material.
There.
Well, on Leaf Cutter, basically every time that we attack, we should be getting a unbalance. He has no particular weaknesses. And he doesn't really have any weaknesses to any abilities, so just throw out a firebolt, do a little bit of damage,
Leave it to me.
and yeah, we don't have anything that can impede, unfortunately. So Elliot will be hit with an attack, with a art rather, and Gaius will be hit with it. Grand Press, this is actually a pretty powerful one.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Go!
Really? Really? I don't know about that one, Chief.
There! Go!
I'm not too sure about that.
Go!
Honestly, just for the sake of getting that AP, I might throw this fight.
Here we go!
I think I will.
It's my turn.
I can just kind of just run around for a little bit. There we go.
Go!
I'm just gonna throw this fight because I will actually. I can use this to show something off. I was not expecting Grand Crest to be in the arsenal. Should you lose a fight, you will get the option to either return to the title screen or retry. As weird as it is, sometimes you, in a boss battle, you might want to retry.
Have to fight.
Now, yes, we are right now doing this for the extra condition, but there is one other thing that I want to show off with that.
Go!
More importantly, we already have the Analyze on him.
All right,
It will keep over from the fight, so say if we had lost in any of the previous boss battles, we would still have the... we would still know what the enemy is all about. So it can save you a turn. It's not much, but it is something.
Go! There!
Throw out an Autumn Leaf Cutter.
Go!
Usually I don't really have that much difficulty with this fight, so...
My turn.
I don't know, I guess I just kind of got a little bit on the unlucky side with it. Unfortunately, right now, for me, Reen decided to go off elsewhere. We'll throw out a Firebolt. Does a little bit of damage, not too bad. Not the most damage, but not the worst either. Gale Stinger, just to get a little bit more Seepeth. He is burned, which is fortunate for me. A little bit of damage onto Reen.
There!
Autumn Leaf Cutter just to get him to the other side. That'll get us the double team. And a little bit more importantly, it also gets us the Resounding Beat so that we can boost our defense. However, really... Speaking of really...
I'm sorry, everyone.
I usually do not have difficulty with this fight. I don't know what the deal is.
Alright.
But I want that extra... I want that extra AP.
My turn.
I don't know what...
Alright.
This fight's not difficult. This is not a fight you should be having difficulty with. But I just am. Which is baffling because... Again, this is not a difficult fight. Pressing options or start or whatever button works as start will allow you to just skip the animation. Yep.
Right.
Alright, third time's the charm, hopefully.
Activate.
Boosting up defense isn't going to help because he is all physical. Or he's all magic, rather. What we have to worry about is the Grand Crest, which is magic, so yeah. That was a lot of damage, though.
Alright.
That was not an insignificant amount of damage. There we go. Let's heal up Reen. I don't know, maybe I would want to use the Resounding Beat just for that extra, just for the health regen. Because I'm not really worried about the physical defense, because it's not really... I'm not worried about his basic attack, I'm worried about the Grand Press. So I'll try keeping Reen fairly limited in what he does, just so that I have the option of using that Impede on the Autumn Leaf Cutter, should he try to use Grand Press, like so. This is our first chance to really show off Impede. If an enemy is charging up an art and you use something that does Impede, it will cancel them charging up their art.
Alright.
So it is very nice.
We're open.
Usually you don't really have to strategize around it, but this fight is just being a pain. So, yeah.
Thanks.
Again, this is not a fight I usually have difficulty with, but it just decided this time and this time only to be very difficult. He'll miss that physical attack, which is very nice to me. Also gives me a little bit of... really? I thought they gave a bonus.
It's my turn.
Really the only disadvantage to using the retry, just to keep the information so that you save that turn, is that you do miss out on the 0.1 times, the extra 0.1 of the experience from the tactical bonus, but at the same time it doesn't really matter much.
Okay, it's safe for now.
Met the condition after 3 times, which is weird because, again, this is not a fight you usually have difficulty with.
We won.
Don't know how, though.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Excellent use of combat links, too. Seems like the practice you got in the old schoolhouse really paid off.
It just may have.
Oh?
Have those 3 been training in secret?
All right, on to the second group. Laura, Emma, Eustace. Come forward.
That was tougher than I thought it would be.
It does seem like combat links are the key to fighting it effectively, though.
That's rather unfortunate.
Instructor, may I ask a question? What exactly was that marionette we just fought?
Yeah, that thing was weird. Machine, maybe? I've never seen anything else like it.
Just a little something I got roped into working with a while back. I'd rather not use it if I don't have to, but I can't deny it serves as a valuable function. And it's rather customizable, too. I mean, it did its job quite well during our test, didn't it? So there you go.
I get the feeling there's a whole lot she'd rather not tell us.
Anyway, that brings this month's practical exam to an end. But as you might recall, I told you I had a big announcement for you today, too. Are you all ready to hear what it is? I'll give you a hint. It's about a special part of Class 7's curriculum. Give up? It's really bugging you now, isn't it? Well, I'll come clean. The special task you're about to be assigned is none other than a field study.
Field study?
Oh, I don't like the sound of this one bit.
You'll be split into 2 groups, A and B, and each sent to a different location. And while you're there, you'll be given a number of tasks to complete. Doesn't that sound like fun?
We only just got to the academy, and we're already being sent somewhere else?
Will you not be coming with us, instructor?
Oh, of course not. It'd be much too easy for you if I were there to bail you out every time the waters of life came seeping in. You've got to be cruel to be kind and all that.
Well, I'm certainly not opposed to a challenge if it allows me to advance my training.
Instructor Valentine, where exactly will we be going, and when?
Ah, yes, about that. As I said, you'll be split into 2 groups, A and B. Each of you, please come forward and take one of these to see how the groups have been divided and where each is being sent.
Huh?
What?
Well, these are certainly some interesting groupings.
Celtic and Parm. Are they both in Erebonia?
Yeah, Kildik's a market town on the east side of the Empire.
And Parm is situated in the deep south. It's known for its spinners.
All that way? How irritating.
I'm less worried about where we're going than the utter lack of sense that went into these groupings.
Unbelievable.
You'll be leaving this weekend and will be out in the field for 2 days' time. Your means of reaching your respective locations will, of course, be by train. So do make sure you're thoroughly prepared, rested, and rearing to go before the big day.
Your rank's gone up. Here's a little something from the Academy.
Last thing, before we move on to the episode, at the end of each practical exam, you will get a little card like this. Well, it's at the end of every practical exam as well as every field study. It'll show you all the tasks that you've completed, and it'll give you your AP. You have up to 430 AP that you need to get. I don't know if that's all of it in the game or if there's a little bit of... But once you reach certain miles, you get certain rewards. Right here, we get the information one, which is analyzed, but it also gives some stats. But, well, that took longer than I expected. So, yeah. Next time, we'll be starting our preparations for that field study. So until then, see you guys later.